Hi friends, it's Miss Kim from Naturally STEM, and I am so happy to be here with you today because I want to talk about all of the beautiful colors that's going on outside in the world. But right now, before we begin, I wanted you guys to go gather your materials that we're going to need today. And I have them listed right here on this sheet. And it'll be there the whole time, so you guys can go back and look at them and reference the whole time you need them. But right now, if you go get paper of any kind, construction paper, computer paper, line paper, whatever you have, you want a pencil, scissors, paper towels, markers like you have at school, and then you're going to need a cup of water, about that full. Okay, so I have it about that full, and that's all you're going to need. So go get those now, and I'll wait for a couple of seconds, and then we'll go on. Awesome. Okay, you guys ready? As I was saying a while ago, the world is just so beautiful right now. All of the leaves outside are doing what? They're changing colors, aren't they? I went out and I got some leaves to share with you today to just show you how beautiful the leaves are starting to turn. Okay, I've got some sumac leaves right here. Those are some of my favorites when they start turning colors in the fall. They are just a beautiful red color. These are the red bud tree leaves, and they're that beautiful heart shape, but they go from what color? They'll go from green, and then they'll start mixing together, and then they come out with that beautiful yellow color when they're finished. And then we have other little, I cannot remember this leaf right now, my friends. These are elm leaves. They're still green right now. And we have some oak leaves, and look at those beautiful colors that they are. So you see right now the world is just changing colors and things are turning beautiful colors. But here's the question. How and why are they changing colors? Do you have any idea? Well, what's really cool about it is that it's actually an amazing explosion of chemistry right now. We have chemistry going on right in front of our eyes, and we don't even realize it. So let's check that out and see what's going on, okay? So what is it exactly that's causing the leaves to turn from those wonderful greens to those gorgeous reds, orange, yellows, and browns that we're seeing right now? Well, did you know that all of those colors we see in the fall are in this leaf all year round? Can you see them? They're there. How does it work? Well, it's like this. The green color, or the chlorophyll, dominates or overrides, let's say, all of these other colors. And this happens because inside the leaf itself are cells. All things are made up of cells. We are, trees are, the leaves are. And inside those leaves inside the leaf cells are called chloroplast. And in those chloroplast, that's what makes the chlorophyll that makes the color green. And when that happens, the chloroplast makes so much chlorophyll that actually overrides or dominates the other colors. And even though those colors are there year-round, the green chlorophyll will actually cover up the other colors, and you can't see them. And that's how that works. Now, during the summer seasons, there's a lot of green pigment or chlorophyll in the leaves and other green plants due to the sun's energy and photosynthesis. But at the beginning of the fall season, then the chlorophyll begins to diminish or lessen in the leaves due to the trees getting ready for the cold months ahead. As the daylight gets shorter and the nights get longer and the temperatures start to drop, then that's when the leaves know that their pigment, their green color production needs to cease. And then that's when you start seeing all of the other colors that have been there all year long start to come out, and you can start to see that happen. So all of that sounds pretty cool, right? Let's check out and see how some of this actually works, okay? Let's check out chlorophyll, or the green color of leaves. We know it's there, but let's see if we can pull some out, okay? I'm gonna do an experiment really quick just to show us. This one's a little bit long, so I've already done this one, and I'm gonna show you the results of what I got. But I'm gonna show you the steps that I did, so if you guys wanna do it later, you're more than welcome to try it because it's really cool. So we're gonna actually use some real leaves right now. So what I did was I went out and I got some leaves, and then I got a clear cup. I'm going to have a bowl. I'm going to have a fork. I need rubbing alcohol and a piece of foil. I also need hot water, which I have over here. So I went and gathered my leaves, and then I put them in a cup. I tore them up really well. Shred them, pull them apart. Nice. And then I took the fork and I stabbed them for a while. Stab. Because inside there's some moisture. We want to get that out as much as possible. So we're stabbing, and I tore it up some more. You want to make sure it's good and tore up. It is so cool. Okay. And then what I did was took the alcohol and I poured until it just covered the leaves. And then I mixed up the leaves and the rubbing alcohol, stabbing those leaves a little bit more. Now, always be careful what you're doing. Then, I covered the top with aluminum foil, set it inside the box. Let me get my water, my hot water. So you can just get it out of the tap. I had this over here in the picture. And we're going to pour it inside the bowl and cover that. What you're going to see is that the cup could be a little bit light there in the water. So I just have just a little piece of wood that I set there just so that's nice and comfy right there. And then what we do is we let that sit there and bask in that hot water for about an hour. And then we come back and we see the results. Now I'm going to set this to the side. And I'm going to show you the results of what I got. So this is the one that I did earlier. And our objectives was what? We were wanting to see if we can pull out the green color or the chlorophyll in our leaves, okay? So I've already poured out the hot water, so we could save that step right there. I'm gonna take off the aluminum foil, and I'm just gonna pour our alcohol, rubbing alcohol, into our bowl right here, and we're gonna see if we accomplished our goal. Do you think we did? I know I can see the leaves in there. What color do you think the alcohol is going to be when I pour it into the bowl? Let's check it out. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Look at that beautiful green color, my friends. We just pulled some chlorophyll out of our leaf. Now, how cool is that? What is really cool about else you can do, once you have it in here like that, take a paper towel, and you're just going to sit it in there like that and wait for a while. I always like to bend my paper towel around the rim, and I just want you to observe for a while. We'll come back to this one in just a minute. We'll see what happens. We're going to put that right there. I like it. I like that. So, wasn't that cool? We were able to pull some chlorophyll out of that leaf and make our water green. Beautiful. I love it. How about you guys do an experiment with me right now? Let's see if we can pull that green pigment off of what we're going to use here in just a second. And let's see what we can get done. Okay, how cool is that? Now, let's do a couple experiments together, okay? This next one is going to simulate how we can pull the pigments apart, how we can pull the colors apart from each other, like the chlorophyll with the other colors, the reds, the oranges, the yellows, and the browns. So, what we're going to do first is, I'd like you to get your paper towel, your marker, and your water, which is that little bit of water, or your cup, I'm sorry, your clear cup with that little bit of water. Now remember, if you don't have a clear cup like this, a clear jar or anything that would work, even a bowl that's clear, you can use that too, okay? So just use what you got, have no worries, okay? So the first thing I want you to do, my friends, is take your marker, and in the center of your paper towel, I just want you to make a big, fat, thick circle, okay? Color around that circle a couple of good times so you got a nice thick one, okay? That's all it needs to be. Awesome. Okay, look something like that. Now we're going to fold it up together. Just kind of fold it like that. Just kind of look like I don't like the way I folded it. So just kind of take that and fold it up in the middle like however you can. Now I would like to do this together, so listen to my instructions and then we'll put it in together. What we're going to do is we're going to take this corner right here and we're going to put it right into the water, okay? And then we're just going to sit back and observe, right? Are you ready to do it with me? Okay, dip your paper towels. Now, what is happening right there, my friends? Observe that. So, what are you seeing? Are you starting to see other colors besides black? Is that black pigment, like the chlorophyll in leaves, is it pulling away from those other colors so you can start seeing other colors that are underneath that black marker that you never thought was in there? How awesome! That is some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen. What colors are you seeing in yours? Now I did one earlier and I want to show you what my finished product. Okay, so just let that sit in there and keep observing that. But this is what mine came out to be with the one I did earlier. Now that was again a black marker, but do you see any black color in there anymore at all? Look at the beautiful blue, and I call that pink. Now I don't know what color you might call it, but that's pretty awesome. I like that. Okay, so set yours aside and we can keep watching that and see just what colors we're going to come out of that in a minute. But let's do another one, and we're going to do it a different way. So get your paper towel. This is going to be a little bit of art. We're going to be able to frame this one when it's done. We can even frame those when they're done too, because that's pretty cool, right? A little bit of tie-dye going on there. I like it. Actually, this process actually has a name to it when we're pulling pigments apart like this. And I'm going to read it because I want to make sure I get it right. It's called chromatography. So when we pull these pigments apart, it's a process called chromatography. Okay? So you have your other paper towel. And you have your black marker. Now, I want you to just make a design, whatever you want on your paper towel. Mine is kind of quilted and it already has a design on it. So you can just follow the design that's already on there, or you can make your own. So I've already talked myself into, mine's got diamonds on it. So I'm going to just follow the diamonds and the dots. Okay, so give a couple of seconds and make you a cool design on your paper towel. I did one earlier that I had a heart with rainbows coming off the sides, and I'll show you that one in a minute. So just doodle to your heart's content, whatever you like on there. I got me some beautiful diamonds and dots going. Diamonds and dots. Okay, I'm going to do one more, friends, and then we'll make magic happen. So get your design finished. Okay. Beautiful, Miss Kim. Thank you. I appreciate that. See? That's all it is. I just followed the little design on my paper towel. Here comes the far part. I have a little bit more water. I'm sorry if I forgot to tell you to get a little bit more water. Just go get some water. Doodaloo, doo-doo. I'll wait for you to get some water. Okay, you ready? Here's my favorite part. Cause now you take your fingers, your phalanges, your dancing phalanges. Phalanges are the bones in your fingers. So take your dancing phalanges, my friends, and dip them in the water. Dip those phalanges. Dip them. Now I want you to take your dripping fingers or phalanges, and I want you to flick or sprinkle or swoosh a lot. But get that water on there, my friends, however you like to do it. If you just like to sprinkle a little bit, or you like to flick it a lot, however you want. Get that water on there. Watch that pigment start to run. Very cool, very cool, very cool. And then, what kind of finished product do you got? Look how cool that is. And that would go that way. Oh, I like that. Or you could put it that way. Well, look at that. That looks like a heart to me. Don't you like that? So let that dry. And then what you can do, which is really cool, is you just get a piece of cardboard and cut that out and tape it to the back. And then you can just get some sticks and glue around the edge to make your frame. And you have a beautiful, beautiful piece of chromatography art. How about that? Fantastic. Okay, now your next question might be, all right, Miss Kim, we understand why the leaves change color, but why do they fall off the trees? Well, during the colder months, the trees have to save their energy. And they do that by pulling all of their energy into one important part of their body, the whole tree body. And what do you think that is? Right, it's the trunk of the tree. And that's just like us humans, right? Wait, what? Yeah. You want to see what I mean? Okay, come along with me. What I want you to do right now, my friends, is get 2 pieces of paper or 2 paper towels, I don't care. Put one in each hand. Stand up. Put your arms out like this. Ha! You're a tree. I love it. All right, trees, sway in the wind with me. The wind is gently swaying. I love it. It's beautiful and it's summertime. Oh wait, summer's starting to change. It's getting to be fall. It's getting to be cold. Oh no, the wind is now howling and it's blowing and it's blowing and the temperature is dropped and the daylight is gone and it's night most of the time and it's so cold. What are we going to do? Well, what would a human do? We would put on some warm clothes, right? If we was sleeping at nighttime and it was cold and we didn't want to get up, what are we going to do? What do we do? Do we pull our arms in like this and we pull our legs up, get them as tight against our tummy as we can, and we scrunch up like this, right? And we get really, really nice and warm. Yeah, why do we do that? We pull all of our body parts into this main part right here, till this part, or the trunk of our body to stay warm, okay? Now, my trees out here, trees. Can you do that as a tree? Can you go, oh, excuse me, my friend, can I have that hat and put it on your branch and you're all nice and warm? No. Can you pull your branches in and your roots in and bend down and put everything into the trunk of your tree to stay warm? No. So, as a tree, what can you do to save energy so you can stay warm during those winter months? Yeah. Drop your leaves, my friends. Drop your leaves. When the trees drop their leaves just like that, then that allows them to take the energy that they had, pulling all of those colors and all of those nutrients to the leaves. They are able to pull that back in, and it comes to the trunk of their body, which is what they really need to keep warm, just like we do. Our heart, our lungs, our liver, our kidney, all of that is in this part of our body, and we need to keep that warm. So we can bring our extremities, our arms and legs in, we shiver, we cover up, and we stay warm. Trees do that by dropping all of their leaves off, and their energy comes down into the main part of their trunk, right here, and that helps keep it warm. Why that's important is because that's where their vital parts are too. They have something inside them, trees do, called xylem and phloem, and that's like little elevators going up and down inside that tree, and that carries the nutrients or the food up and the water down, up and down, and up and down, and up and down. And that is really cool because that is what helps keep them warm and keeps them going through the winter time. And so that is why trees will lose their leaves during the winter months. Awesome, right? Yeah. And finally, some of you may ask, Miss Kim, why do some trees lose their leaves in the fall, but some trees do not? And that is an excellent question. There are some trees called conifers or evergreens that don't lose their green leaves ever. And there's some trees called deciduous trees, like all the trees that I've shown you here today that change colors. All the trees that their leaves change colors and fall during the fall season are called deciduous trees. Okay, and so this is my deciduous tree, and please be kind. He's just stuck together. So what happens is what we just discussed. When the tree needs to save its energy, it will take these green leaves and it will start changing their colors to these beautiful red colors and those beautiful orange colors. Red and the yellows, until finally, right, they're those brown, hard, crunchy leaves, because all of the pigments, all of the colors are now gone. They have all dropped off. All of the energy of the tree is now concentrated in the trunk right here, where the xylem and the phloem is flowing with the nutrients, the food, and the water, and keeping this tree nice and warm. And then what does it do in the springtime? Absolutely. The tree buds out with brand new leaves, starts all over again. Wonderful thing. The evergreens, or the conifers, on the other hand, they take their leaves and they modify them. So it's an adaptation that these type of trees have in their leaves that allow them to store and keep energy all year long. So what they do is they have these kind of needles, or these kind of needles. This is a pine tree. So think Christmas tree. This is an eastern red cedar. But what they do, now I want you to look and see the difference here. Okay? See how skinny those leaves are? And this is these individual, I'm sorry. See how skinny these leaves are? The pine needles, they are very skinny in shape compared to the other deciduous type leaves we have. Okay. They also have a waxy substance on the outside of them, and that allows the moisture or the water that's inside the leaves to stay there year round. It doesn't allow the water to evaporate out of the leaves. That's also what's happening here. And in that process, that allows them to stay green all year long and store energy inside the leaves, and that helps them do what they are supposed to do. What's also really cool about the conifers, or the evergreen leaves and the trees, is that they make their own antifreeze. That's like what we put in our car to keep the water and the oils from freezing up in the winter time. That's what evergreens do for themselves, so that all of their water and stuff doesn't freeze up in the winter. What's really cool is that the deciduous trees cannot do that, but they have that special quality of changing the leaves and dropping them on the ground. So trees are amazing, don't you think? I really do. What a fantastic tree journey. I have enjoyed myself so much with you today. I hope you had so much fun with my funtivities and that you learned a whole lot. I hope you learned just why and how leaves change their colors, why deciduous trees lose their leaves during the winter time, and why the evergreen trees stay green all year round. That's all the time we have for today. And if you liked it, please go to facebook.com/naturallystem. Give us a like and a follow, and see just how Naturally STEM can be of further use or resource to you. I really enjoyed it today, my friends. Please come back and join us next week. Go outside and enjoy your naturehood. Bye.